best beloved. Lies must be entangled. It is easy to entangle a lie when it is freshly born, but as it ages, it becomes knotted up in the fabric of the world. Then, like the Gordian knot that puzzled the great Alexander, they must be cut. He must be. He must. He resolved. He tell to tell the. He must. He resolved to tell the people the truth. Starting to get tongue-tied. As you can tell, my allergies are kicking my ass, of course. But who would believe Oliver, who had become a stranger to all of his old friends? He looked like a wastrel. For all they knew, he was a wastrel. Oliver needed to find someone else whom the people would believe, a very important someone. Sir Robert, though important, was not the king of Wellington Wells. Ever since the Germans had hanged the mayor a few days after their arrival, the town had been ruled by an executive committee operating in the shadowy corridors of City Hall. Surely they could tell the people. They would be even harder to get in to see than the general, but the people had to know the truth, and if Oliver did not convince them, how could he ever make it up to you, O best beloved? So Oliver set off to see the Miss Victoria Byng, who he hoped could introduce him to executive committee in City Hall. If an adventure is a series of dangers recounted from safety, then, if all went well, it might be the greatest adventure of his life.
That's his answer to everything.
Of course I can't harvest that one. Just gonna run across the back here. Make my trip the safest. Why is there honey? Oh, there's a tree out there. Like, why is there bees all the way out here? That guy's getting mollywopped.
I can never quite bring myself to hate these poor sick bastards. I try not to tell them. Sometimes I don't even know what for.
Because they're still people.
Aye, a bit of that.
Hokkaido Bridge.
You hear that?
Now, try to behave whilst you're in the village, okay?
Nice lucky strike.
Well, I guess we'll meet in hell.
I don't even think I can make anything right now. Maybe the boiler chute if I had. If I had raincoats. I don't know if this will... Well, it should help me get to that shelter at least. One of those fucking street sweeper things. Nope. Goddamn. Tell me this is... Nope, of course not. Looking for a way in. Why is there one of those back here? That's how you can tell that they're meant to add more, but they didn't. Because all the buildings are built so that they're facing out this way too, and so they're either cookie cutters or Like I said, they just didn't add more. Don't do that.
Lucky I don't believe in ghosts.
Oi. Right.
That's a lot of people.
Down area. Stop 'em.
Mouldy and dank. Just how I like it.
Dank. I like it.
Good. A bit of privacy of travelling won't hurt.
Bleach.
They came onto the beaches from a ship that had sailed from France. At first there were just a few, but soon there were hundreds of rats. Then
And a
thousands.
constable's key card.
They
That will help.
swarmed into the town, and they said to themselves in their rat speech, "Here is a rich town. Let us eat everything we can."
Spitfire. Sandman.
Ate the grain. They chewed their way into cupboards.
Stamped Error that we've read a bunch of times already.
Even baked chickens when they could board them. Nothing.
Blue Molotov. Ooh.
One rat, you can set traps for a dozen rats. But who can kill them?
What else don't I need? I don't need 3 of those. Don't need those on me. Don't need tea leaves. I don't know why it took me so long to decide upon that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Get rid of some of that stuff.
A 1,000 rats. As long as there are 2 rats, in weeks there will be dozens. And
Oi. Give up. I won't smash your face. Right. No more.
Alright, down this way.
And I won't smash your face.
Don't tase me, bro.
Stop being so bloody difficult.
I don't even have a gas mask. This sucks.
No downers here.
Bobbies. Protecting the haves from the have-nots since 18... Better skulk past them or it's going to be a bit of a ruckus.
Right. That's
Probably hide in the Motoline dispenser. We'll just sit here for a little bit. Pretty sure they're yelling at that other NPC that we just seen walking around for no reason. All right.
Ollie, I didn't ask you here, did I? If you take enough joy, sometimes one forgets the silliest things.
People in town are getting a tad bit skinny. I think they're starving to death. And they're painting the streets in fucking rainbows. Have you not noticed?
Have you had your joy, Ollie?
Why are you all wearing those ridiculous new masks?
You should get one. They shape your face into a smile. And when you smile, you can't help being happy.
You were kind to me, even when I got confused. I had no one else to turn to.
Oh, Ollie.
We have to tell people. They need to know the truth.
No, Ollie. People do not need to know the truth. Truth is the enemy of happiness. Isn't that the decision we all made?
Oh, but you know the truth, don't you? There's not a thing I can tell you that you don't already know. Is there?
No. It's better not to know. You, of all people, should understand that.
I'm truly sorry about this, Miss Bing.
Help! There's a donor in my...
The next subtitle, is there a draft? Fuck.
Is this some sort of silly prank?
When I left the village, I thought you people knew what you were doing. Turns out, well, I've been keeping to myself.
I have a pillbox in my kitchen. Would you mind terribly bringing me my joy?
Oh, no, I can't.
Please, Ollie. You were never cruel.
I'm a soldier, Mom. They teach you to be cruel. I need to see the executive committee.
They won't listen. You'll only upset them, and then they'll take more joy and forget. They don't want the whole truth. No one wants the whole truth.
You know what, Miss Bing? I'll come back. I'll come back when you're in your right mind.
No! You can't, please. I'll take you to the executive committee. I'll walk you there. Anything. Just please give me my joy. I need my joy. Why won't you give me my joy?
Sure, I'll go get it for you right away. Now, where would a woman stash her joy?
I'm afraid joy is after my time.
Well, while we're here, we might as well do a little bit of light looting. Hopefully you guys know what that means at this point in the series. Turn this from an interrogation to a home invasion. Real quick. What the hell is this to? Some fucking mansion. Oh my god. Who knows, with any bit of luck, I might even be able to find some raincoat scraps. She said in the kitchen, so I want to avoid the kitchen for now. Apparently they're right there.
Leave my things alone, you pervert!
What the hell? She has like an attic bathroom. That's kind of cool. By the time you read this, September 6, 1964, dearest V, by the time you read this, I'll be gone. Leaving you is the hardest part of what I have to do. You were right about me being off joy, though. The others were easy to fool, but you, of course, were always so attuned to my moods. I'm sorry for saying you were just imagining it, but I did so to protect you. You must know by now the true feelings, my true feelings for you, though I suspect they are not reciprocated. Please don't come looking for me. We both know that your sense of duty is the core of your being. I will always remain your true friend, even though our paths must now diverge. Yours truly, Prue. In which Oliver improvises. In which Oliver does the first thing that pops into his head. Oliver had never been one of those people, like ministers in the general, who could talk to anyone about anything and sound fascinated. So he ought to have guessed that his conversation with Miss Victoria was going to be badly. But it was not really his fault. The conversation went badly because Miss Victoria was off her head. Indeed, none of the regular people of Wellington Wells was in their right mind. Many of them had not seen the insides of their right mind since 1952. That was the year everyone decided that everyone had to take their joy every day. Joy did not really make the Wellies happy. As far as Oliver knew, it made them forget a wee bit, and then made them a wee bit less sad. But Oliver suspected that they had not really forgotten all the sad things. They were only pretending. And the thing that scared the Wellies most was someone would not play the pretending game. Because if one person stopped playing, it was as if he had taken his ball and gone home, and no one could play the game at all anymore. When Oliver came to see Miss Victoria, oh best beloved, she did not want to hear about any sort of fake tanks. She shouted that Oliver was not playing pretend, and she attempted to run away. That made Oliver very embarrassed. He needed to talk to Miss Victoria, but if she ran away, it would be very hard to talk to her. So he did the first thing that came into his head, indeed the only thing, which was a kidnapping. Hilarious. When Oliver was a child, he had read Robert Louis Stevenson's Kidnapped, and he had decided to grow up to be a pirate. But now that he was behaving practically, with an actual proper lady thrown over his shoulder like a screaming sack of potatoes, he did not like it at all. He felt far too much like he had when he had lived in the village many years ago, and the bad man began to appear on every television screen. But needs must when the devil drives, and so peculiar. Oliver tied Miss Victoria to a chair and carried her off to be a captive in a side room of her own house. She has fucking joy pills all over the place. So we're not going to touch a single one of those until I'm ready. Diary of Vicky Bing, 1932. July 4th, 1932. Dear Diary, Daddy says Mummy has been very wicked and has to be punished. He says India leaving the empire would be like a child disowning her father. That is a very wicked thing indeed. July 5th, 1932. Dear Diary, I wonder what England will be like. I hear it gets very cold there, though it isn't in the mountains. Maybe I'll get a new jumper. I hope it's red. July 6th, 1932. Dear Diary, got a letter from Mummy today and feel all muddled. Lady Derby didn't have much to say, but at least we jumped over some fences together. July 7th, 1932. Dear Diary, Daddy and Grandfather have been arguing. I tried to listen in, but just when I got to the keyhole, they started speaking Hindi. Perhaps I should have learned after all. July 8th, 1932. Dear Diary, Daddy never intended to take me back to England. He told Grandfather it was awkward, politically, to have a daughter whose mother is an imprisoned revolutionary. But Grandfather doesn't want an English girl giving the other girls in his palace ideas. He blames English education for what Mummy did. Nanny says once India is independent, it will be dangerous for me. Because Father is an English general, is there no place in the world where I fit in? July 9th, 1932. Dear Diary, Daddy says he will take me to England after all, but I must be good and be more English than the English, whatever that means. If anyone there asks about Mummy, I'm to say she was a princess, but not to say where, as if no one will guess. He insinuated I should say she is dead, though he refused to be clear. Would she bear a grudge if I said that? She wouldn't know the people I would say it to. I must improve my knowledge of English place names. I do wish they would spell them the way they're said. If you read the name of a place in India, you can say it right away. But why is Worcester pronounced Worcester? Worcestershire? What? Worcestershire, pronounced Worcester. Odd. A letter from Bing's wife. I have a feeling that we're going to find a lot of reading material here. July 1932, Rashton Central Prison. Dear Pinky, or should I call you Colonel Bing now? I am sure you will say that having me arrested was your duty, but duty to whom? Does not your own family command your loyalty? I thought you were different, but you're all like other Englishmen. How very convenient for you to have to be done of your Indian wife before you sail home. Once you were dazzled by my father's palace and connections, without which you might still be a junior officer, but when your orders came for England, you began to see me with different, more critical eyes, didn't you? Or perhaps you found out that I'd contacted a solicitor. Divorce is rather scandalous among the officers' set. Perhaps you worried it would harm your career. Oh, but now that you've made the great sacrifice of arresting your own wife, you might even get promoted to general for your patriotism. Bravo, Pinky, bravo. Your English do go for the duty above all tosh. You may fool others with it, but I will always know exactly who you are. Perhaps that is the true reason you can no longer bear to meet my eyes. I no longer know how to sign off a letter to you. Neither love nor yours seem appropriate anymore. Lily. P.S. I've asked my father to take Victoria when you sail for England. Don't pretend you object. You've undoubtedly been trying to think of a face-saving reason to leave her behind. What with her being the half Indian daughter of a revolutionary, how very inconvenient that would be for your back home. All right. Rajasthan Central Prison. 1932, July. The Central Prison. My darling Victoria, I'm sure your father has told you his version of why I've been sent away. Please know that I love you and never intended to leave you. I hope that someday you will understand that I was doing my own duty, just as he does his. India cannot remain under British rule any longer. Surely even he can see that. I fear for your future if he takes you back to England. I was there for boarding school, and for all they give you, you're ranked at table, and seat you as proper for the daughter of a Maharaja. When they look at you, they see a wog. You won't be half English in England. You'll always be a wog, no matter how hard you work to imitate their ways. I'm writing to your grandfather asking him to take you in when your father goes back to England. He did not mean to shout at you when you called his palace backwards for not having electric fans. He was thinking about politics. Please be a good girl and make up with His Highness, your grandfather. I suspect that you will disregard my advice as it comes from prison. Your father must seem like the much smarter parent right now. But someday, you will know all the things that I know. I hope you will understand who you are and what your true duty is before it is too late. Your loving Mummy. Maid outfit. Where does this go? It's like a wine cellar. Oh, it's a pantry.
So, she's got coffee, one bit of sugar, make milk.
I gotcha. Thought I searched that, but okay.
Ooh, I don't think she likes him very much.
Happy New Year's. January 1st, 1962. Happy New Year, my dear. Congratulations on your promotion to Executive Council to the Executive Committee. I feel certain this will be one of Wellington Well's happiest years thanks to all of your hard work. Your Happy Face campaign has been a rousing success. I well remember when you suggested putting a joy in the water. You were right after all. I am proud to call you my daughter. Keep up the good work. Your father, General Bing. Dictated, not read. Sternly worded letter. 5th of October 1964 to Clive Birtwistle from Victoria Bing, re insubordination. There is nothing wrong with your bloody office except that it is too small to hold your inflated ego. You seem to think if you do a terrible job and gossip about me, don't think I didn't hear what you said to, Daedra, I'll promote you. And frankly, Arthur's throughput is twice yours and far more accurate. Do not send this to Clive. Take another joy. Well, heading to the kitchen finally. That's the last place to loot. I don't get how you find rotten food in Wellington Walls. You know what I mean? I feel like they should just throw it out. Don't mind if I do.
Here we go. She certainly hates to be off her joy, doesn't she?
You're not going to give it to her.
There was one in here. Did it disappear? It definitely did. Because there was one in there. Okay, yeah, it did disappear. Because there was one up there, too.
This is what you were looking for, wasn't it? I'm afraid I can't let you have it.
Why the fuck are you doing this? You evil downer bastard! I am gonna kill you! I am going to kill you!
Sorry, I need my words to stick in your head instead of flying right out the other ear.
I've got to answer the blower. People depend on my decisions.
Alright, I can do that for you.
She's got her own pneumatic. I better answer it. Who the hell is Clive Birthwhistle?
You should find out if she likes him or not. You can't trust her, of course. Maybe there's a letter or something somewhere.
They're going to need an aunt.
From Clive Birtwhistle. October 10th, 1964 to Miss Victoria Bing from Clive Birtwhistle, Arthur's office. As Arthur's office is now vacant, I do hope you will see your way of letting me have it. We all saw how he behaved at Deidre's birthday party. He's probably gone on holiday by now. I hope you will not keep his office vacant, as you did Prudence's. Not that I am questioning your authority. I know you and Prudence were so fond of each other. I am merely concerned that prime office is going to waste. Surely someone as efficient-minded as yourself can see that. Clive. P.S. Arthur was only senior to me because I made a lateral transfer from the Bureau of Civic Happiness. His office should have been mine all along.
So right away, you don't know how critical my answers are.
I know she doesn't like him.
Dear Mr. Birthwhistle, thank you so much for your suggestion. May I suggest you spend a little more time pondering your work and less time pondering where you do it?
That sounds like her, all right.
Off you go.
Hey.
This is all some clever joke, isn't it? It's terribly funny, Ollie. Let's just call this a prank, and you can untie me now. Please.
Well, that's my regular off-site executive committee meeting. Won't they be surprised to find you've tied me up? What unconvincing lie are you going to try to fob them off with?
You better answer it.
What do I say?
Tell Tell them you're the general and the meeting's been postponed.
Alright, well, we're in a very awkward predicament here, but I'm up for time, so I'm going to have to end the video, and when we come back, we will have to deal with this situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and say, comment down below, subscribe, and share. It helps me out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.